So we're out on Aston Martin's test circuit, Stowe, and this is the V12 Vantage. So I am just getting dialed into it. This is literally the first time I've driven it. So while I warm these tyres up and get used to it, let me just tell you a few things about this car. So it is a real first and last. It's the last time a V12 will ever go into a Vantage, and it's also the first time this generation of Vantage has had the V12 engine. Now there have been others before, the previous generation, but that was the other V12. This is the 5.2 litre twin turbo. It's an absolute monster of an engine. It's got 700 PS, so 690 brake horsepower. It's also got 555 pound-foot of torque. So compared with the F1 edition, that was the Vantage I drove last time. That's the V8 road-going version of the safety car, the one that people have said isn't quick enough. So this is a really timely response, and already I can feel this is a really quick car actually, as you'd expect. So 690 brake horsepower. Now obviously sticking a V12 in is one part of it, and that's what helps this car get to 63.4 seconds, just 204 miles an hour flat out. But they've also worked hard on making this car handle and corner. So as part of that, we've got 50% stiffer springs at the front, we've got 40% at the rear. Anti-roll bar, front goes up 5%, but the rear is 41% softer. So that's obviously going to help with traction and just a bit more compliance there to deal with all that power and the torque. So versus the F1, actually the F1 edition V8, that has 527 brake horsepower, so it's a huge uplift in terms of performance. A bit less than the DBS Superleggera, more than the DB11 AMR. The other chassis updates, we've got 40 millimeters wider on the track. The brakes are carbon ceramics, and we've also got 21-inch alloy wheels like we have in the F1 edition, but here the footprint is a lot wider. It's 295 instead of 275, and we've also got 315 on the back instead of 295, so the same kind of difference, but a big step up in terms of footprint. Now yeah, this is a really quick, energetic car. You already feel the stiffer springs. It's very, very stiff, this car, and also the stiffer body. Now it's 8% stiffer. It's got shear plates front and rear to just give you more, more steering response, and just keep everything tied down better. But wow, this thing really gets a shift on already. It's doing really well. It's starting to, we're in track mode here, but it's doing really well to sort of turn in and keep that V12 under control. Really nice pedal feel on the brakes. So we're down to third there. Let's roll it in here. Really does well to stay there. Cuts in quite early, as you can probably see on the track setting. But there is an awful lot of energy bound up in this car. Very impressive how it sticks into this corner. It's a lot heavier, kilos heavier, but it feels a lot stiffer, a lot more lively. And just drive it out there, being a bit more gentle on the power, and it just gives it a really nice rear bias. Now let's see if we can just get this. So as long as you're a bit easier with it, a bit slower on the downshifts than I'd like maybe. This is the 8-speed auto. Calibration is carried over, I think, from the F1 edition. They certainly say in the press kit that it's learnt from that experience. Wow. Steering is sharper, as you'd expect with this stiffer suspension and shear panels and all that. Oh, what a monster.